Cool, we're live there. Let's get everything set up here. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. Today's day 231. Another red day today, minus 23.3K. Gonna go save, minus 23.3K. Okay, and we're gonna go 11, 12. What's going on, Kyle? What's going on, Sheen? What's going on, Ryan? Save, and then we're gonna go. Cool. Save that. Alright. Alright, now let me post this in the channel now. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. Hopefully you guys stayed safe out there. Hopefully you guys are, you know, trading your plan. I'm live going over today's trading day. Alright, post that there. Go to small caps, post that there. Options, post that there. Alright. Now I'll just post that on social media quick and then I'll be ready to go. Hope you guys, again, had a great trading day. What's going on? Batman. Let me post this quick. Okay. It was a red day today for me. Too aggressive, too much size, forced it, and paid the price, basically. After that big green day, I kind of getting sloppy with my strategy, with my plan and my process, just because, you know, obviously, making over $500,000 makes it feel like if you lose a couple thousand, 20,000, 30,000, it's nothing. But I can't have that attitude, and it's kind of the attitude I'm going in with it. But I can't do that. I gotta continue to trade my plan. Let's see, what did we choose? HPI today. What else? Solo. Alright, cool. Post that. Then I'll go live on TikTok now. Alright, cool. There's that. I think that I screwed that up. Come on, Michi. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Michi. Awesome. Okay, there's Michi. Alright, guys. You guys can say hi to Michi. So anyways, yeah, occasionally I might, if I have the opportunity, but a lot of times I won't with the broker that I'm using. Anyways, guys, good to have you guys on, good to have you guys in. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon earlier if I make new videos. I'd really, really appreciate that, guys. But yeah, so let's kind of go over today's trading day. So I'll let kind of a couple more people trickle on in, but I want you guys to kind of, if you can, hurry up. Yeah, basically the hot sector today was electrical vehicle sector. Right, you're drooling all over me, Michi. Um, that sector in itself was extremely hot today with Solo, um, and NIO, IYRO, and things like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a red day, and I basically just traded with too much size today, nonetheless, and paid the price. So I'll go ahead and scroll through all this. Hopefully, you guys had a great trading day, though. What's going on, Diego? So here's all my trades for the day, fully timestamped, fully verified, fully time-proofed. With the stocks, the buys, the sells, all that stuff. Okay, it's all on there. Oh, that's weird. I tried to stop on quote. That's right. So here's all that. All the buys, times that I bought, the ticker symbol, the average price, the amount of shares, etc., etc. Okay. So then there's that. FPRX, I took a little loss on. GTEC, eDry, all those were trades today that I made. So I want to go ahead and go over like what I started with. So I'll scroll through one more time. That way you guys can see this. There's that. What's going on, Raj? Okay. Hoping that NIO pops because I am in it. But yeah. So eDry was kind of my home run idea today. I really thought there was a couple things that I thought. I thought, since APVO happened and then, we saw AHT go a couple 100%. I felt like, to me, there's a lot of chasing out there, but not a lot of like connection with one stock. And I felt like this being the time of the year that shippers ran 4 or 5 years ago, you always get kind of a hotter shipper market. And then it was such a low float that I felt like this could be the chance that I was looking for potentially the stock to go to 40, 50, 70. And I ended up being wrong. And luckily, I didn't pay too much of the price. I was down as much as like 30,000 at some point. But on eDry, I really felt like, this thing was going to open up. And I was sizing up big on this one because I felt like with the float, with the shippers always getting hot, with, with things of the nature of, basically, me coming on it and trying to figure out, okay, it's a shipping sector, it's the lower floats. Usually the hot markets end potentially or start back up with the low floats and they go a couple hundred, maybe 500, maybe 1,000, or if it's supernova, 1,000+%. So I thought, I was going to time eDry with a nice supernova, and I really had the comfort of, maybe trying to make a couple 100,000 or 4 or 5, maybe 500,000 today. And I had that size. I started adding all the way down, adding. I had some overnight, and then I kept adding into the dips. And this first move up, I saw this move, and then the secondary move with this volume, a newsletter ended up getting in it, as well as I don't like to see that massive volume but still not move that much. Like this thing, look at how much volume it had, and it still didn't move that much. And on top of this, I like these 3 wicks here, right here. I need some water. I like these 3 wicks here. 1, 2, 3. You can count that fourth for a nice bottom there. And when this ran up here, I really didn't love the tape, but I still thought there was potential on it. Now, this came slamming back down, and then a newsletter got long right in here, I believe, as well. And to see that volume with the level 2 and time and sales, like I can sometimes just read it. And the time and sales look thick, and it comes with experience. But then on top of that, the ask was always a struggle to get through. Like on the second wave up, the ask was a struggle to keep eating through it with that much volume. So, you know, when I saw this coming up, the time of sales level, I'm like, how is this not moving even farther on this much volume, right? I'm like sitting here, and then these wicks were scaring me, and I'm like, okay, not only did it look kind of weird the first time up, but then we sold right back off, and then this with not much volume, to be honest, and then the second move up, I knew that, you know, yeah, I am John. Thanks about the fresh haircut. And then so I saw that there, and I'm like, you know, that doesn't look great. You know, almost 500 plus or over 500 plus thousand shares of volume, and this thing hardly even moves. So, you know, I truly wasn't too enticed on the second move. And on top of all that, guys, the ask, the most important piece of this discussion is that when I was watching the time of sales on level 2, the ask was always, 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 there's more people willing to sell all the way through, meaning a ton of buyers had to eat through it, and a very thin bid all the way up, both times, right? So that saying, I had to squeeze out of it, basically break even somewhere on the way down in here, because I was like, okay, this could have a chance, and I kept holding on to hope, and I'm like, you know what, Cameron, in reality, the truth of the matter is this is so thick. This shouldn't be moving like this with a lower float. If we're going to get a supernova, you know, that's not what the tape's going to look like. You know, it was so heavy in the bids, or the ask was always heavier than the bids, and that's usually never a good thing. So not only was I nice to see these wicks, but then on the downside, it just kept showing me with this huge sell-off, and then with this amount of volume not moving it, plus the wicks, plus, you know, the time and sales on level 2 looking pretty thick, I had to take off that position with basically break even. IMAC was, again, my number one watch, but 2 days in a row where it was my number one watch and I didn't get to play it properly. You know, it's had a nice move to the upside with plenty of volume. You know, I ended up scalping it for a decent profit, but nothing too crazy, not like a home run like I should have. G-Tech, I ended up climbing back with G-Tech. G-Tech, I basically played this one a couple of times today. Let's see. So I played it right in here and then got out at 601. 606 was my sells. And then, you know, I tried to get a secondary move on this. I chased it. I was down about 10 grand, and then this had a secondary pop. Took most of it off, not all of it, and then all of a sudden this thing sold off, and I lost another 4 grand. Unfortunately, it pretty much gave back those gains that I made right there. I started longing it like in here, held through this, and then we had another perk up, and I started scaling into these candles in here. But I still had a little piece left, and then I started adding on the way down, and basically ended up getting myself in a terrible position and took a loss on G-Tech. So basically gave back all my gains on that move. On that one. FPRX, guys, I'm still watching this one. You know, you can see huge leg, multi-day consolidation. This thing isn't giving up, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. In the bigger picture, this thing is building lower highs with a huge flag on it and a nice gap up. I was long 22.20 right in there. I took off some into that pop. Not a ton, to be honest, and then I watched this thing come all the way back down, and honestly, I think I got out like right in here before this dump, but then it came right back up after consolidating, and I still want FPRX on watch. You guys should always be watching FPRX in the next couple days, because at the end of the day, if this keeps making higher lows, it's moved up so quick, so fast, that this could squeeze out shorts and hit 30 in an instant, you know what I mean, or potentially get that whole move. So I'm watching that one. I took a loss on it. How's NIO doing? NIO kind of coming down a little bit solo. How are we doing with that one? LI was a nice mover. I took a longer term position on KNDI yesterday. I took it about right in here. 628 was my average, so close to the highs. But I'm looking at this. It's an electrical vehicle stock. It doesn't have a huge market cap. They've been around a long time, and here's the thing. You know, they're the most affordable electrical vehicle stock out there. They really are. And my thought process is, if they're the most affordable, they could be the McDonald's of, you know, of that. Now, you know, at the end of the day, that's just the price you end up paying, right? So, you know, and this had an offering. It came down, and you know, I know that this could be the McDonald's of the electrical vehicle stock. You know, I know it's probably not going to be a Tesla or a luxurious brand, but they could go two routes. One, get a huge customer base, right, of electrical vehicle people. It's about, I think it's like 10,000 for the base, 20,000 for the nicer one. Their car is ugly, I know it is. It's also a stock that's way, way undervalued, I think. Um, well, not necessarily undervalued in terms of their revenue, but I needed to find an electrical vehicle stock, and I'm not going to chase Tesla, and I'm not going to chase NIO. This is basically the only one that I was finding that you know I ended up building a position in. Now, being in at 628, you know, this thing was starting to perk back up, and being in at 628 feels good. You know, it's a good, and I don't feel like I'm on with too much risk because you go back and look, the stock's been around a long time. You know, this has hit $22, and you know I'm in like right here. So, and that's like 10 years ago. So I know that this has been kind of like a fading stock, but at the same time, and you know I might end up breaking even on it. I don't know, but I know that if these guys do it right, if they keep building their customer base, I know that they're a stock that you know needs a lot of work. That's why they're a smaller cap. But you know at the same time, electrical vehicle stocks are going to be huge, I think 10, 20, 30 years from now, right? And Tesla's PE is through this roof. I don't think I've seen a PE like that. It's over 1,000, I think. So I'm not going to chase Tesla. So yeah, and I couldn't, you know, I got long a little bit of FSLR as well. I'm in this one. I know it's chasing a little bit. I didn't grab a huge position on that one. My KNDI position was bigger. Obviously, I'm sitting pretty after day one on my longer term portfolio on that one. PCG longer term portfolio, starting to really feel good on that one. We're in at like 920, 930 range up to 11 now. This is my biggest longer term position is PCG. It'd be nice if they eventually got up to like 30s and 40s and then started paying their dividend back because I'd be in with a huge discount. Not only that, but then they start paying dividends, it'd be massive. But yeah, today's a red day nonetheless, and that's basically it for me today. What's NIO doing? NIO not doing anything crazy yet. Alright guys, that's really it. Are you high? No, it's basically my lightheadedness. It's, you know, I've working on talking to doctors about it. I have this, it's basically just lightheaded, and I don't know what it is, but I'm working with a naturopath. I've been working with doctors for like 8 or 9 years now on this. I don't know why it's always there and it keeps getting worse. So I've talked to a lot of you guys to help me find a neurologist. Someone did help me find a neurologist. I've been with multiple. I've done all the basic stuff. You don't have to tell me blood pressure, blood sugar, any of that stuff. Trust me, I've been through the whole ball of wax. It's just that I'm lightheaded and it sucks. So I'm trying to get it figured out. But yeah, I don't know why. I mean that's not really why I move around a lot, but it might be why like I kind of like try and like brush my eyebrows or kind of go like that. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you guys are trading well out there, and you know, red day nonetheless. But again, this is just a part of trading. So check out the free chat. Links in the description below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, cheers, team, and go Hawks.